makes me want to have a bowl. So right, we drive on from there and we go back to the UK, guys. Where over in the UK, a mum was forced to grow cannabis in her garden to help her son, who had gotten into trouble with a local drug gang. So again, here highlighting another failure in prohibition, where a mother was forced to grow cannabis because her son ended up getting into some trouble with a local drug gang. This is a case where the cops searched the property of Elaine Torres after a strong smell of cannabis was reported coming from the address. The officers, once they arrived at the address, they found an outdoor growing tent and a brick shed that contained 35 cannabis plants and cuttings, which were hanging up to dry. They arrested the mother, Torres, 56, and her son, 19, and also another person at the property at the time by the name of Carl Opre. The plants that were found then, there was 15 large plants, a 17 medium-sized one. One of the plants was actually a mother plant that was grown for over a year that they were cutting some clones off of, I suppose, and flowering out. It's alleged that the criminal gang had provided the tent and all of the other equipment there for this, but there was no sophisticated lights or fans or anything. This was just a little greenhouse pop-up tent that they were using out the back garden, so it wasn't an elaborate system. But still, nonetheless, there was 32 plants there, and luckily for the mother here in this case, she got left off. She was given a 12-month community order with 120 hours of unpaid work to be done, and to pay £350 towards court costs. So no jail sentence was handed down in this case, luckily enough. But again, you know, the judge took it upon himself to warn the mother, saying your job as mother is to make sure he's not out committing crime. You've been given a chance today. The judge said that you need to make sure he understands how lucky he was to have been not been prosecuted for what you've been prosecuted for. So again, this judge should in fact be taking a turn, looking at himself and saying, what is it that you are doing here? Because this judge is seeing time and time again cases like this, people involved in human trafficking, kids coming in there, the addicts coming in there, who've been victimized by the organized crime gangs, preyed upon because of drug deaths. You know, is he not realizing that prohibition is failing, that really this judge should be going back to the authorities and saying, come here, this isn't working, you're wasting my time. My job is to keep these people who are bad for society out of society, and you're bringing me people who are no threat to society. A person who grows cannabis, how are they a threat to society? Like, why is it necessary to lock them up? So again, why is the judge making it necessary to lecture the mother, and instead maybe go and lecture some of his colleagues and the people who put these bloody laws in place in the first place, no? Sorry, just top up my Ishka. Came prepared today. So again, a waste of the court's times here, and highlighting of the failure of prohibition, where these organised crime gangs are able to operate with impunity within the communities, because people are pretty much terrified to go forward and report them. Even when being questioned, the young fella said, look, I wasn't being threatened at all. There's nobody threatening me, because he was afraid in actually pointing out who it is that's threatening them. Why would you? The mother had no problem saying it after being caught. Look, we were under stress and pressure. Didn't give up the names, but still, you know, something needs to be done, and the only thing that can be done to turn this around is ending the stupid prohibition that exists around cannabis. It makes me want to have a bowl.